The first card you have for your past is, the Eight of Swords. Okay, so, yeah, obviously this is about feeling trapped, feeling as if you're not able to move forward with something. This poor woman's obviously, she's moved away from where she was. There's a castle behind her. She's moved on from that, from her home, but she feels as if she can't go any further. She's trapped by all these horrible swords. And I think this actually might be about helping someone, you helping someone else, helping someone to improve their life maybe. Because I'm seeing you trying to help someone to move forward. You might literally be trying to help someone get up and move, because I'm seeing some kind of, might be a health problem or something. Maybe they can't walk even, or it's something like where you're helping someone in their life, helping them to get a better life or to feel better. It's something like that. And it really feels like something's stuck or in the way of you. And I'm saying something because I think this might be something official. It might be an institution, might be a school, hospital. It's something like that, I think. And it has a lot of layers of protection. So, if you wanted to fight against this thing that's in your way, this block, this institution, it's like everything's set up so that you can't do that. Maybe they have disclaimers in the way. Maybe they have, they might have had lawyers write things up to protect themselves. So if you think that someone's doing something wrong in this big institution, if someone who works there or whatever, you're not happy with them and you want to complain or do something, you're up against this big wall. That's what I'm getting. And you want to do this. You want to fight this. You want to fight for this person and yourself. But what I'm getting is you just feel locked. You feel a little bit helpless. It feels as if you can't do anything. It's like, this is what it feels like to me. I'm up against a big machine. It's me against the machine. That's what it feels like. And okay, I'm just getting this. I think you might have a relative. There might be a distant relative, but I think they could probably help you with this. And I think they'd be willing to help you as well. If this resonates, don't feel like, oh, I haven't spoken to them for a long time. They want to help me. They won't want to talk to me. Don't think like that, because my feeling is that they will. And I think they'll be able to come up with some really good alternatives for you as well. Because I think you probably hit a dead end here. You have. So if this all resonates, talk to this person, this relative or whoever this is. They'll absolutely be able to help you. That's what I'm seeing. And I think you might also be thinking, oh, everyone probably, like for example, if they're a lawyer or if they're a doctor, might be like, oh, everyone probably talks to them and they probably ask them for advice and help all the time. I don't want to bother them. No, bother them, because don't bother them, but talk to them, because they're happy to help you. That's the feeling I'm getting. They're willing to help you. And when they help you, you're going to see this kind of new road to go down, and it's going to be really good. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, the next card you have, you pass the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I think this situation with helping this person, I think has probably taken over a lot of your life, actually, a huge part of your life. It feels a little bit like, I think you're probably doing a lot of research, you're trying to kind of battle things, you're trying to do all this, and I think you might have kind of gone down a bit of a sort of rabbit hole with investigating this. And, one thing leads to another and another until you're kind of consumed with this whole thing. The frustrating thing is, even though you've been doing all this work, you weren't able to progress. I just have to say, if this is resonating, you're doing an amazing job and you're doing an amazing thing with helping someone, because a lot of people in your situation wouldn't do the same thing. And I don't think people realise how hard this is for you. There are actually a lot of people that I'm seeing a lot of people around you, and I think they push a lot of this under the carpet. They go about their lives pretending everything's fine. I don't think you can do much about that, sadly. You can't do much about them. You can tell them, you can ask them to help you. You can say, can you help me? I need help. But look at this card. It's like that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Because this knight's coming up to this river, but he's not walking over it. He's not drinking out of the river either. So if you're trying to get these people to help you, I'd love to think they would. In an ideal world, they probably would, but I don't think they will actually, realistically. So that's just an added stress you don't need, trying to get these people to do things. And obviously this is a card of emotion. So, they might talk the talk. Some of these people, they might say, oh, I really care about this situation. I really care about them. Poor so-and-so and whatever. But they don't walk the walk. They don't do any of the work. You do. So just let this go. Just get rid of any extra stress you don't need, because you can't do much about the institution or these people. You can't force them to do anything. Talk to this other relative. That's an avenue for you, and that's going to make life easier for you. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense to someone. Okay, the last card you have you past, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, this is interesting, because I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the Knight of Cups as well. I'm seeing a love situation here, and it's a little bit confusing, I've got to say. There is some underlying... There's something that's underlying this, something under the surface, and it needs to be brought out into the open, needs to come up to the surface, it needs to be talked about. But if what I'm seeing in this reading is correct so far, you probably haven't had much time to be able to talk about this or focus on this problem, this relationship problem. Yeah, whoever this is in this love connection, I think they do want to build with you. They want to build up a future with you. But I think sometimes their actions might contradict this. I don't want to make excuses for them, and I'm not doing that, but I think they might have lived a life years ago, and maybe where maybe they haven't had to shoulder much responsibility, if that makes sense. They don't understand what responsibility means. They do now. They've come out of that, so they understand a lot more than they did, but they've come from that perspective. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing a bit of chaos around them as well, actually. So maybe they came from a bit of a chaotic family background or something like that. And again, I'm not making excuses for them, because a lot of people come out of really terrible backgrounds, and they're responsible and they're doing really well for themselves. So I'm not making that excuse. But yeah, the feeling I'm getting, and I think with this other problem that's going on, I think you're probably just feeling like, they're not responsible. These other people aren't responsible. I'm not getting any help. I'm trying my best. It's like, is someone somewhere going to take responsibility for something apart from me? Very frustrating. You're feeling very frustrated. So something has to happen in this love connection. Someone has to talk. Something has to fix whatever this is. They have good intentions, I think. They're not a bad person, but intentions don't make things happen. So yeah, I think a talk is going to happen at some time, and I think it will. I think it will. I think you are going to break this frustration eventually. All right, the first card you have your presence, the Four of Swords. Yeah, again, I'm seeing rest, lying down, obviously, someone who's not well. So yeah, I think this is this person you're trying to help. Once you find this other way, and again, I think these ideas and this help's going to come through this relative, you'll get this help. You'll get this kind of change of perspective, and you'll be able to see a lot of new things in front of you that you can do. I keep on seeing a lawyer. Maybe you have a relative who's a lawyer, or it's something to do with the law, someone who knows the law, or all the fine print and all about that or something. But they're also a dynamic person in the way they see things. So yeah, they'll come up with some really interesting, really useful alternatives for you, if that resonates. And yeah, that's when you're going to have this revelation. It's going to feel like, oh, I know what to do now, finally. That's what I'm getting. This man's lying down, obviously, and when he wakes up, when he sits up, he's going to be able to see this beautiful stained glass window. And that's why they made these beautiful windows in these old churches, to inspire people with messages and stories. People didn't have electricity, they didn't have a lot of light around them. So when they saw these beautiful, colourful windows with the light shining through them, it would have been really, really inspiring. And it might have even felt like a religious experience looking at them. And I think that was what they were trying to convey to people. But yeah, I'm getting off track. Speak to this person again, and that's when you're going to get this revelation. You've had a lot of health problems yourself as well. I'm getting that here as well. And I've seen that in your readings before. But I'm not getting that here. I'm getting that you're helping someone else. That's what I'm getting in this reading. I know I've seen that before. Okay, so the next card you have in your presence, the Hermit. Yeah, I think this is about this love connection. I think, yeah, they do realise that. They realise there are some problems there. They're feeling a bit of distance between you. I think they know why that is. They know you're busy. They know that. They're not upset by that. It's not like, oh, there's a distance, I miss them. It's not that kind of a feeling. It's like they know that. They have got a lot of thinking to do, and I was seeing all this chaos around them, and they still have a lot of adjustments to make, I think, because what I'm seeing is you're the opposite of chaos. You're organised, you have plans for your life, you know where you're going, your surroundings are probably well organised, and I don't think they're used to that. That's what I'm picking up on. And again, I'm not making excuses for them, I'm just picking up on how this person's probably feeling. I think they have good intentions. They want to do the right thing, but they have a lot to learn. They still have a lot of wisdom to gain, like this Hermit. Yeah, my feeling is that you're probably going to start to work through this with them soon, but not right now. This is probably going to happen in your immediate future. You're going to start talking. But right now, the last thing you want to do is to, give yourself more work to do on anything at all. Doesn't matter what it is. So, you have all this responsibility on your shoulders. You're helping this other person. You're busy. But this will happen. This talk will happen. So don't stress about that. You are going to find the time to do that. All right, the last card you have in your presence, the Knight of Wands. Okay. Yeah, I nearly said chaos. I nearly said the last card you have is chaos. So obviously this is representing this person again. Okay, this won't apply to everyone. This is what I'm seeing. There's some kind of addiction, some kind of drug thing around this. It might not be them that had this problem. It might have been someone around them, maybe when they were growing up, or maybe even later than that. Maybe that's where this chaos comes from. Maybe that's where it stems from. Maybe they were brought up in a place where there was addiction. It might be that, because there's this chaos. They're an intelligent person. I can see that. They haven't had the best start. And I'm also seeing, there's the siren. Yeah, okay, so it's really sad, actually. This is what I'm seeing. Someone's put them down a lot, or people in their family had low expectations of them. That's what I'm seeing. Very, very, very sad. I really hate seeing that. It makes me angry when I see that happen. When people don't expect the best of their children, or they don't kind of acknowledge that, they could do really well. I really hate that. People who try to put their children down. I hate that so much. Anyway, they've gotten out of that. They're out of the worst of that. They've turned a lot of corners. They absolutely have. There's still a lot that they have to learn. Emotionally, there's a lot that they didn't experience emotionally that they should have. They had this person putting them down. They had this chaos around them. And practically, but I think it's mostly emotionally. And they know that. They know they still have a lot to learn, because I think they're seeing you, and they're seeing you completely outside of that chaos. And they're looking at that saying, this is how things should be. That's what I'm getting. So, I'm getting a bit of deja vu here, actually. I've seen a similar person in your readings before. I think this is probably the same person. So that shows me you've been around this person for a while, if that's correct. Anyway, so yeah, you are going to have this talk, but they have a lot to work through. They have a lot to work through by themselves, and then you have a lot to work through together. That's what I'm getting. Okay, the first card you have in your future is the Ten of Cups. Beautiful card, absolutely beautiful. So that's showing me that I think you are eventually going to come together. It's all going to kind of work out in the end. This is like the happy ending, happily ever after. And they want to be with you. They want this with you. They want what this card represents. And okay, I hate to add negativity to this because it's a beautiful, positive card, but I have to tell you what I'm seeing. The feeling I'm getting is it's kind of idealistic, idealizing. Just make sure it's you, absolutely you, 100% you, that they want, and not just a beautiful hallmark happy ending to this difficult beginning that they've had. Don't get me wrong, their intentions are pure. I keep on seeing that. But definitely spend more time talking about things, working through things, if this all resonates with you. Because I think what's in this card, happy families and all of that, this is something they looked at from afar. They were on the outside looking in at other people who had this. I think that was what happened with them. If you look at the family on this card, there's actually a barrier between them and the scene with the house and the beautiful garden and everything else. So they were on the outside looking in, and that's what they're used to doing. And now they see themselves as having this opportunity to have this with you. And it's this idealistic, amazing, wonderful thing to them. Now, again, that doesn't mean they don't love you. That doesn't mean they don't have pure intentions. I think they do. It only means that they still have a lot that they have to work through. You have a lot you have to talk about before you get to this stage. So what this means is, this is absolutely beautiful. You can absolutely have this ending with them. Really nice, really good. But don't rush into it. Don't rush into this. Take your time, talk about things, work through things. That's what I'm seeing in that card. Don't rush. Okay, the next card you have your future is the Five of Swords. Yes. Horrible card, I know. I don't think this is quite as bad as it looks, actually. I think you've probably been through the worst of this already. I think this is probably a reminder to you, if you're still trying to battle this institution or whatever this is, stop flogging a dead horse. I know that's blunt, but that's the message there. If you're still battling this, walk away like the two men on this card. Obviously, I'm not saying walk away from the person you're helping. I know you're not going to do that anyway. You're not that kind of person and you do care about them. But stop going down that road and find a new one. You might be trying to argue your point or convince someone of something. And I don't think it's going to get you anywhere. It's just going to frustrate you and you'll end up wasting a lot of time, a lot of energy. You might even be wasting a lot of money, resources. And you can't afford to lose any of these things. I'm just seeing this big institution. They have all these resources, way more than you, way more than me, way more than anyone, and probably a lot of staff and everything else at their disposal. You don't have that. There's another way. And I think this new way through this relative is the way for you. Go down this new path. It's a less stressful path for you and for this person you're helping. So please, please make that phone call to this relative if this all resonates with you. Okay, so the last card you have in your future is the Three of Cups. Okay, with this relationship, this love connection I'm seeing, I'm getting this really nice impression. This is someone I'd really like to be around, actually. They're really fun. They're really fun to be around, and you love being around them. And I think if there was no other stress in your life at all, you'd be absolutely fine. You just have fun with them. You do nice things with them. You'd laugh and all these things. Party, like what's going on in this card. But there is stress around you, and you can't just have fun and games. You've got to talk things through. You've got to be serious about things. I think it might take you a little bit of time, a bit of effort to actually get them to have this conversation with you, because I think they can be quite avoidant when it comes to talking about serious things. They've had to push a lot of difficult emotions, difficult things down, things that happened in the past, all kinds of things that happened to them that weren't good. They had to push them down. So they avoid difficult conversations sometimes. That's what I'm getting with them. I think once they start having this talk with you and they realize it's not threatening or harmful or it's not terrible to them, I think you'll have a really good conversation. It's just getting there. It's just getting to that point that's going to be a bit difficult, I think. But you will do that. You will absolutely do that. And I am seeing for you this happy ending that I'm seeing in the Ten of Cups. So this is a really beautiful reading.